Well, it's Monday night, and I think we're starting week two of like stay-at-home protocols and social distancing. And all this social distancing and staying at home has me thinking about people in my life, um, and how I have found myself feeling pretty peaceful with this stay-at-home protocol. I'm really enjoying the online contacts that I have with my clients. I've had some really meaningful therapy sessions recently, and kind of the ability to stay connected with people, even though we can't be in the same room, has been surprising to me. My mind is just working so fast in terms of like, what do I want to do now, and how does this situation we're in right now like play into my ideas for what I want to do next with my work? Who am I? All those really existential thoughts. I've had a lot of existential thoughts, I suppose, in the last 24 hours. And, I'm thinking about, the gratitude that I feel for the people in my life. Like tonight, I had a group call on Zoom with my retreat friends, and we just talked about doing like a personal, like together as a group, doing an examination of what kind of personal goals we might want to set for ourselves as related to the next set of moon phases that starts tomorrow with the new moon. Those are the kind of things I would never think about had I not met these women. And it's totally out of my typical realm of thinking, but I'm like, okay, I can go with this. I just feel real delighted with people, and also really, comfortable with being here on my own. It's weird. I have like this mix of feeling a little bit lonely, in the sense that I don't have a significant other in my life right now. But I also feel like that feeling doesn't come around that often. Like for the most part, I feel pretty good, and I feel connected with people in my life. But I definitely feel an examination going on in my head right now about kind of my place in the world. What do I want for myself? And how do I continue to maintain connections with people? And how grateful I am for the connections I do have. And how, what do I want for myself in terms of connections with people in the next month while this is still going on, or maybe even in the next year after this has kind of come and gone, presumably. So I'm just thinking about connections and people and my place in that and my place in the world. Um, and again, I feel real grateful for all the people in my world and for my life. But also, I'm just the tiniest little bit contemplative, maybe a little bit melancholy, but just kind of in a thoughtful phase right now. So that's where I am. Those are my thoughts. Nothing very cohesive. Nothing to write home about. Just here I am. And, I'm worried about the suffering going on in the world right now. I'm worried about our governmental leadership. I don't know what's coming, and I hope it's gonna all be okay. But that is what returns me to the mind-body practice that I'm going to do tonight, which is I am going to sit and I am going to close my eyes. I'm going to continue to breathe intentionally for a little while. When I say that, I mean breathing intentionally. I mean, like I always do, kind of sit up straight, allow my lungs to be used as fully as they can be with my breath. Try to maintain some focus on my breath and on my body, not on my thoughts in my head. And then when I feel kind of centered that way, I am going to return to the concept of radical acceptance. Radical acceptance has many forms and many kind of variety of ways of looking at the origin of the concept of radical acceptance. But radical acceptance is really generally the idea, and there are many varieties of this, but here's mine. and I have it on my screen, which is why my face just lit up with a ghastly glow. Um, but it's that the world is perfect as it is, and everything is as it should be. So I know that so well because I often meditate on that concept, but I wanted to make sure I said it properly in my video tonight. But I don't even remember where I got this from. It's definitely a Buddhist origin. I read it in a book somewhere. I've used it in a lot of my work with clients, particularly over the last couple of years. And this doesn't always sit well with people. The idea of radical acceptance, just accepting that what is happening right now is exactly what it's supposed to be, even if that's discomfort, even if that's like I'm feeling a little bit right now, like not really sure, like kind of what's next for me, having kind of some existential type thinking, but just accepting that, accepting exactly the way things are right now, can be a really good mind shift for a lot of people. And so that's going to be my mind body practice tonight, is to just drop a little bit into my body and state this several times. I might write in my journal about it afterwards if I feel like there's more I need to get out. But again, my version of radical acceptance that I was taught is the world is perfect as it is, and everything is as it should be. So that is going to be my mind-body practice tonight. It's more of a mind practice, kind of a mind-heart practice. And the song that's been floating around my brain a lot the last few days, it's kind of like a chorus that just kind of reverberates. I've actually added a couple of really meaningful songs to me on my playlist the last few days. But this is another one. And it's short and sweet, really mellow, by a band called Yola Tango, who've been around for a long time, and their song is called I'll Be Around. And it is about just that commitment that a person makes to another person. I have friends who I feel I am always going to be there for, and that are always going to be there for me. I can think of a number of relationships in my life, maybe kind of a handful, where I feel no matter what's happened with those relationships over the years, I am there for that person, and they are there for me, and they see me, and I see them. So this song by Yola Tango is just a sweet song about being there for someone and really seeing them. And we all need to be seen. And so I'm all about just kind of accepting my place right now, as kind of jumbled as it may feel, trying to focus on radically accepting whatever it is that's right in front of me right now, and just being grateful for the people who are around for me, and hopefully